Tonight from Russell Park in Statesboro, Georgia, it is the Richmond Kickers and South Georgia Tormenta FC. Welcome into the broadcast, everybody. Excited for this one. Let's get to the starting lineups. They are brought to you by Coca-Cola.
You're live.
As we are in Statesboro, Georgia tonight, excited for this one. And here are the lineups presented by Coca-Cola. 3 changes for John Millerese and 3 very notable changes at that. Charlie Dennis, Connor Antley, and Dalton Knutson all moved to the bench tonight. And it'll be interesting to see how this team responds to a 5-0 loss on Tuesday at North Texas. On the other side, for the Richmond Kickers, 4 changes for Coach David Bulow after their 1-0 loss at forward Madison. Bolduc and Akwe are back into the lineup tonight after missing out due to yellow card accumulation the other day. Those lineups are presented by Coca-Cola. So both these teams coming in tonight off of losses, and it is Tormenta out of a playoff position for the first time all season long. So we'll see how they can respond here tonight after a pretty bad loss on Tuesday night to North Texas on the road. It is Richmond going left to right. It is Tormenta going right to left. An early opportunity for Dennis Chin, but it's quickly won back by Tormenta. When talking with Coach John Millerese this week, he said, I can learn as a coach. We caused North Texas problems early, but they adapted, and then we gave things away at the end of the first half, and it didn't really give him or Tormenta an opportunity to really put their foot down in that match and make changes that they needed to at halftime. They were down 3-0 going into halftime and got away from them late in that first half. But on the other side for the Richmond Kickers and David Bulow, he thought it was some of the better soccer they played at Madison on Saturday. It was a 1-0 loss. They followed their game plan. They had to make changes on the fly with the missing players, but he thought his formation change of putting 4 at the back as opposed to his normal 3 as of late maybe threw Madison a bit of a curveball. We'll take a look at the keys to the game presented by the clubhouse for Tormenta. The new additions, they are waiting to step up in Shinya Kadono and Jordan Skelton. On the other side for Richmond, building pressure. When going back to the last match between these two teams, a 1-0 road loss for the Richmond Kickers right here in Statesboro, Georgia, back on June the 22nd. A late penalty kick. Connor Shinosky was shown a double yellow card after picking one up just 2 minutes prior. So 2 quick yellow cards in that pass game for Shinosky, but he is back in central defense tonight for this Richmond Kickers side. And an early corner kick. And all corner kicks are brought to you by the Sack Company. It's the first corner kick of the match and the first opportunity for Tormenta. They come in tonight at 32 points in the standings. They're level on points with 2 other teams. All sent in right into the middle. A great save by Akira Fitzgerald, keeps the ball out. And Richmond will now look to get out and run. I'm not sure if Fitzgerald knew much about it, but Tormenta denied on the doorstep. Kadono now. Now time on the ball for Tormenta after a near opportunity right in front of goal. The first opportunity in this match really for either side. It comes for Tormenta. They are denied by a great reaction save by Akira Fitzgerald. He comes in tonight with 47 saves in USL League One, in second place in the Golden Gloves race in terms of goals against average. So one of the top goalkeepers in all of USL League One. This Richmond team comes into tonight with 22 points. They are in 9th place in USL League One table. David Bulow thinks this team can get back on track, and this Richmond team, it seems like every time we talk with Coach David Bulow, they're always looking forward to a challenge. They've not been able to beat Tormenta this season. It's a draw at home back in April, and then that loss back in June. And it will be a foul, and Tormenta a good opportunity on a free kick. was Caleb Jackson who went down to the turf. We'll go back and look at that save by Akira Fitzgerald on the corner. Ball sent in, a really good ball, and just a kick save and a beauty by Akira Fitzgerald. It looked like it was Caleb Jackson who got a touch on it. His first season with Tormenta, still looking for his first goal or assist. It's Mikey Rowe now to stand over this set piece opportunity. The wall still being organized here by Akira Fitzgerald. Mikey Rowe now. Rowe takes it on and it's in! What a strike! And Tormenta, they strike first! Exactly what Tormenta needs on the heels of one of the worst losses all season long. A moment of brilliance from Mikey Rowe. A bar down beauty by the forward. You take a look at this again. Oh my! Right off the underside of the crossbar. And that South Georgia Tormenta goal brought to you by South Beach Tan and by Mikey Rowe. His second goal on the season. What a strike from Rowe. And it's Tormenta, an early advantage at home. And exactly what the doctor ordered here tonight. We talked with John Millerese, and we asked him, if you are to come away with 3 points tonight, what will have gone right? And he said plain and simple, and it might sound kind of weird, but just scoring goals is important. We've struggled to score lately. And aside from Tuesday, he thinks his team is very good defensively. One of the top defensive teams in all of USL League One. And that is as good a start as you can get if you're Tormenta. Free kick opportunity, Mikey Rowe took it on. And that is definitely a candidate. Boy, we have two good candidates for goal of the week in USL League One, with Chris Bermudez the other day for Greenville in that match at Breese Stevens Field, and tonight, what a goal. Akira Fitzgerald, I think he thought he was just gonna hit straight off the crossbar, and well, it did, but it bounced straight into the goal. So now we'll see how Richmond responds. As always, goals change games, especially an early goal. Could do that here tonight. Talk about Tormenta this season. It's really been a tale of two different seasons. The first 12 games, they were 7-1-4. They conceded only 7 goals, and they were only letting up 2.25 shots a game for opponents. But in the last 10, they're 1-5-4. They've conceded 17 goals. Their last win, not against Orlando, was against Richmond back on June 22nd. And now it's a free kick opportunity for Richmond. Richmond trying to bring it on the road once again this week. After another trip to Madison, they got a win over Madison on August 10th, just 3 weeks ago. They have as many road wins as they do home wins, with 3.
Good over there, Mike?
It's very tight. I get into this corner right here and I can't. Stuck up against the wall.
Now Lockerbie. When you go back to that match on June 22nd between these two sides, it was Richmond that had nearly 60% of the possession in that match, but it's not necessarily how much possession you have, it's what you can do with that possession. And it was Tormenta that was able to get a penalty at the end, and it was Marco Micheletto who slotted it past Akira Fitzgerald. As Pablo Jara sends it back downfield. Another warm night in Statesboro, Georgia. Rain came through the area earlier today, but it looks like it is just about perfect right now. It's been just about a perfect start for Tormenta after that strike by Mikey Rowe in the 5th minute tonight. A free kick goal I'm sure you'll see plenty more of it this week, as it was quite a strike. Some good options for goal of the week as well. Tormenta, after that 5-0 loss at North Texas, they take out 3 of their normal starters in Charlie Dennis, Connor Antley, and Dalton Knutson. Long ball over the top, headed away by Connor Shanoski. Now it's Braden Troyer. Just between Antley and Dennis, that's 7 goals and 7 assists that they are without. They are on the bench both tonight, so we could see them feature later on, but John Millerese just looking to shift around his lineup as much as he can. Make a few tactical changes just to try to get this team back on track. So we're basically into September. It's the last day of August today. Now a throw in for Eli Lockaby. Goes into the corner. It's kept in play, and it's deflected off of Joshua Phelps. And the first corner kick of the match for the Richmond Kickers comes here in the 11th minute. And it will be Joe Gallardo striding over. He's 4 goals this season, no assists. He hasn't scored since May 22nd. It was the last goal that Richmond scored before their 619-minute goalless drought. Towards the back post, Gallardo sends it in. Headed away. St. Ville comes away with it. Now it's Lockaby. Another ball into the box. Bouncing around. Asking for a handball. Might fall for Dennis Chin. And we're level. Dennis Chin, as Tormenta asked for offside. The flag stays down. And Richmond have leveled things here in the 11th minute. Tormenta unable to clear the ball away. It falls for the striker. As you can see, just trying to clear it away. Credit Greg Bame for keeping it in play. And Dennis Chin did the rest. Able to slot it past Pablo Jara. And it has been a crazy start to this one. 1-1 through 11.5 minutes played. And for Chin, his 4th goal on the season. He is now level for the team leading goals with this man, Joe Gallardo, who now plays it wide for Eli Lockaby. And Lockaby will earn another corner for the Richmond Kickers. So quite a response after giving up a free kick goal in the 5th minute. It's Dennis Chin who comes back in the 11th minute and levels this match at 1. The second corner of the night. The last one was played short. We'll see what Gallardo decides to do this time. Low driven ball, headed away by Phelps. This will come all the way to this near side for a throw-in. There was an appeal for offside by Tormenta. I wonder if they might have just let up a little bit, but it doesn't really matter anymore because the goal's on the board. It's a moot point. Played forward now for Matt Bolduc. Gets hit by the cross. Now it's Mikey Rowe who will try to play out. Keeps possession. Back for Gomez, who thumps it back downfield. Magales. Now it's in the middle for Micheletto. Tormenta able to play out of a bit of pressure. They'll find some room to work here on the near side. It's Jerry St. Ville who will come over. This is a Tormenta team that has just been decimated by injuries this season. They did bring in Jordan Skelton from Tormenta FC2 and USL League 2, along with Shinya Kadono on loan from Loudoun United in the USL Championship. Caleb Jackson, though, trying to play it wide for Mikey Rowe, and we're still waiting for both of them to really step up to their full potential. But both of them have already contributed just a little bit. Cadono has a goal already this season here in USL League One. Skelton has an assist. Trying to get them more involved in this attack. They trying to really cement a playoff spot, but it might come down towards the end of the season. Not something Tormenta really thought would happen. The injuries have really made it tough on them. Here's Cadono now. Crossed into the box, headed away. Matt Bolduc comes away with it. Back on the bench after his yellow card suspension last week. A big piece in this attack for David Bulow. In with 5 assists on the season. It's tops for the Richmond Kickers and towards the top of USL League One as well. There's Joe Gallardo taking it from deep, and he's in! Joe Gallardo! Richmond have taken the lead! What a strike from Joe Gallardo! And it's Richmond out in front. 2 unanswered goals for the roadside. Catching Pablo Jara off his line. A beauty of a strike for Joe Gallardo. His first goal since May 22nd. And it's Richmond coming on the road. Not an easy place to play. And they have 2 goals within 16 minutes. I hope you didn't tune in late tonight, because 3 goals have already been scored, and this has been just a frenetic start. So all of a sudden, you have to like the response from the Richmond Kickers after conceding an early set-piece goal. They come back from down 1-0. Goals by Dennis Chin and Joe Gallardo have them out in front on the road here in Statesboro, Georgia. We asked John Millerese what a home field advantage does for his side, and he said, well, we like playing on our field, but we're still trying to really figure out what our home field advantage is. So far, it's Richmond coming on the road and finding 2 goals very early on. Maybe something else coming. Joe Gallardo again, not afraid to let it rip. He goes down. Play will continue. The ball will roll all the way into the corner, and it will be kept in play. So Gallardo goes down on the challenge by Phelps. Play just continues. Now a whistle blows by the referee, Alyssa Nichols. This looks like it will be a talking to Nichols with Joe Gallardo. So now a free kick coming for Tormenta in their defensive half. Now, we asked the question early on, how does Richmond respond? So it looked like they responded well with 2 goals. Now, how does the home team in Tormenta respond to now conceding 2 goals? John Millerese told us this week that his side feels confident that they can hold this Richmond team to 1 or no goals. Now it goes back to the first point he made in that conversation of, if we can score 1 or 2, maybe an early goal, it could really help us. Well, they have a goal. He said scoring goals obviously important. He thought his defense would be able to step up, but so far not the case with 2 goals conceded now. Dennis Chin taken off the ball. Shinya Cadono trying to find Alex Morel. Comes back for Gomez, and now it's Micheletto. Jordan Skelton, and now Josh Phelps. Gomez. It's by Gallardo. Still Gomez. Taken away by Akwe. For Connor Shanowski. Trying to spring an attack to Matt Bolduc. Finds some open room. That's Nick Wells who takes down Matt Bolduc. Melissa Nichols will have a decision to make here whether she wants to take Wells' name in her book. It looks like just a talking to. No yellow card will be given. Wells may feel a little bit fortunate. Bolduc had a lot of room to work there. Now just a set piece for the Richmond Kickers past the 20-minute mark. Quickly put back in play by Yvonne Magalis. Lockerbie. Right through the middle, looking for Dennis Chin. Gets it back off the deflection. Troyer now for Bolduc. Hughes on the far side. Eventually find him. Bay making a run. Cycle back around the back. Ball played over the top. Headed forward into the hands of Pablo Haros. Eli Lockerbie, who stayed on side, couldn't get much on the header. So we're about midway through this first half and already 3 goals. An early goal by Mikey Rowe, exactly what John Millerese wanted with an early goal, but they can have conceded twice. It's Dennis Chin, Joe Gallardo put Richmond ahead. Cadono now for Gomez. Right over the top looking for Wells. Magalis finds a teammate, Dennis Chin, who's now charging forward. Bit of a heavy touch. Won back by Tormenta now. Very open match. Caleb Jackson. It's won back by Richmond. Try to go quickly. Looking for Joe Gallardo, who's so good in the open field. We saw that run a few weeks ago in Madison. Basically went end to end. Broke the ankles of Christian Diaz and then put the ball off the post. Would have been one of the goals of the year. Gallardo was unable to finish, but tonight he does have a goal, his 5th on the season. After Dennis Chin went level with Gallardo in terms of the team leader in goals, Joe Gallardo answered back just a few moments later. Gomez. Tormenta being very patient. John Millerese said that if you get impatient against this Richmond team, it can pick you apart. We've seen that already a little bit tonight. It's Gomez. Richmond just really trying to get themselves back into the playoff picture. They played the least amount of games. This is their 21st game played. They sit at 22 points in 9th place in the table. They're 10 points behind Tormenta coming into tonight, and that means 10 points off of the playoff line. Currently forward Madison controls. Flipped forward, Magalis fighting with Morel. Morel will commit the foul. Select is the official ball supplier of USL League One and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Now Akira Fitzgerald put this back in play. But last night, it was FC Tucson getting a big win over the Chattanooga Red Wolves. That put Tucson in 7th place at 31 points, now just 1 point off the playoff line. And from 7th to 3rd, it is just a 3-point difference. Now from 7th to 4th, it's just 1. So this game, absolutely vital, really, for both of these teams. Tormenta trying to put themselves back in the playoff picture. It's the first time they're out of the playoffs, out of a playoff spot all season long. Well, the Richmond Kickers just trying to get themselves back in the picture a little bit. Richmond has played well as of late. They are 3-1-1 in their last 5 with wins against Orlando, at Toronto, and at Madison. The lone loss coming at Madison last week, and a home draw against Toronto sprinkled in there. And talked with David Bulow before the Madison game last week. He thought that was a match that really got away from them, as it was Daniel Jackson with 2 early goals before they conceded 2 set-piece goals in the second half. Richmond has put themselves in a good position, or at least a position with a shout, to get back into the picture as we get into the final month of the season. Still plenty of games left for the Richmond Kickers, but you feel like they'll have to string some wins together. There's no time like the present to start, and right now, a 2-1 advantage. Troyer wins it back. Plays it wide for Hughes as Richmond look to get forward. Joe Gallardo plays it ahead. Opportunity maybe coming for Richmond. Jordan Skelton, a great tackle, wins it back, and then keeps possession for Tormenta. Those new faces for Tormenta FC and John Millerese. I'm sure Millerese has seen plenty with him down at Tormenta FC 2. Brought him up to the USL League One side, and he is impressed so far. He's the captain of that Tormenta 2 team that won the Deep South Division in USL 2. Us in the semifinals to Reading United. It was Flint City who went on to win the USL League 2 title. This is a foul. As Gallardo went down, Nick Wells, and he will see himself in the book. That's the second or third time that he has committed a foul, and this time it is the first yellow card of the match. Take a look at this replay here. It's Nick Wells just going right through Joe Gallardo. Now a set-piece opportunity. You can see Nichols go straight to her pocket. And it will be Joe Gallardo to stand over this free kick. Gallardo sends it in. Cleared away, maybe a chance to run here for Tormenta. Morel gets it wide, looking for Cadono. Sends over the sideboard. There will be a throw-in for Tormenta. Ball played over the top. Shanoski is there to retrieve possession. Fitzgerald will put this out of play. Shanoski is a player that David Bulow calls one of his most consistent players, and as he's pretty much undroppable at this point. He likes to play that possession style game. He understands the style of how Richmond wants to play. He has been a key player Big game for him last week against forward Madison. Just felt like he was all over the field. Unable to hold Madison out in the end. Tough 1-0 loss for Richmond, but gonna put that in the rear view and focus on tonight. And through the opening, just about a half hour, it's been a good start. 2-1 to the roadside. In the middle for Micheletto. He'll let one rip. A diving save by Fitzgerald as he sees this go wide. Take a look at that shot by Micheletto. Good opportunity from the top of the box. He found a window, but unable to put it on frame. Fans, you can continue to enjoy the USL on ESPN through the 2022 season. The USL is excited to announce that the championship in League One will remain with the leader in sports for 3 more years. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home of all things USL, and at least 19 games a year will be featured on the ESPN family of networks, including 9 games on ESPN Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Big news coming out of the league offices in Tampa this week. Excited to continue the partnership. Throwing now for Richmond as they look to build on this 2-1 advantage for the opening half hour tonight on the road in Statesboro. Well, it's Tormenta trying to get back on the winning track. Last win coming against Orlando over a month ago. It was a 4-1 win for Tormenta on July 24th. Since then, it has really been a struggle. Troyer now in the middle, able to play it wide. Now Bolduc as he looks upfield. Still Matt Bolduc. Trying to slip it inside for Dennis Chin. Shinya Kadono tracking back in defense. Morel goes down and wins a free kick for Tormenta. Again, patience being shown by Tormenta, but Joe Gallardo trying to speed them up. Here's Skelton now. Joe Gallardo's been very active in this first half. Now one back by Lockerbie, trying to spring free and attack. Dennis Chin trying to find Bame. Troyer deflects it off of Micheletto out of play. John Millerese brought up scoring goals as obviously being important, but just trying to spring this team back to life a little bit. Something that has really changed as of late for this Tormenta team is their shot on target accuracy. It's dropped by 11% in the last 10. They've only had 2.9, just under 3 shots on goal per game in the past 10 games as well. So they haven't been scoring a ton of goals. It's because their chances have really been decreasing. And 1 goal tonight, not coming through the run of play, but obviously still important to get that early goal. Tormenta will still need something else out of this match tonight to get a result. Tormenta is 5-2-4 at home this season. Their first loss at home coming to Madison back on July 6th. St. Phil now able to play it wide for Morel, who's now on this near side. Morel against Akwe. Low cross into the box. St. Phil just trying to get a foot on it. Sends it right into the hands of the waiting Akira Fitzgerald. As we take a look at the replay once again, Phil couldn't quite get enough behind it. In the waiting hands of Akira Fitzgerald. And very good in goal this season for Richmond. Into the middle. Almost a dummy there to play in Caleb Jackson. Richmond able to defend it well. Lockaby. Now Matt Bolduc plays it ahead for Dennis Chin. Dennis Chin! What a goal! And a brace for Dennis Chin! It's now 3-1 to Richmond, almost out of nothing, and the Kickers, a 2-goal advantage on the road. The Jamaican, what a strike, and it's Richmond extending their lead. Ball played through by Matt Bolduc. One touch and a beautiful finish by Dennis Chin. Pablo Hara can't believe it. But it's Dennis Chin with a brace, and it's now 3 goals for the Richmond Kickers within 36 minutes in this first half. They are making a statement here tonight in Statesboro. On the other side, though, for Tormenta, what else can go wrong for this side? You're giving up 5 goals and 3 in the first half to North Texas on Tuesday. Already 3 goals given up within 36 minutes tonight. Tormenta now really up against it tonight. Plays it wide for Hughes. Back for Bolduc. And tries to play in Josh Hughes. Sent back for Pablo Hara. Not really cleared too far. Greg Bame now. Wide for Lockaby. Now patience being shown by the away side. Troyer. Room to advance it through the middle. Now for Akwe. Akwe will take one on, and he sends it out of play. Looking for the latest USL League One news and content? Follow at USL League One on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for exclusive access and updates. So 2 goals tonight for Dennis Chin, 1 for Joe Gallardo, and on the other side for Tormenta was Mikey Rowe in the 5th minute. Since then, it has been all Richmond. 3 unanswered goals for the roadside. It was Dennis Chin who went level with Joe Gallardo for team goals with 4. Then it was Gallardo to take the lead back for himself with 5. Now it's Dennis Chin who levels it back up with Gallardo with 5. They keep going back and forth. So if you like patterns, if you expect Joe Gallardo to find 1 more goal here tonight. Skelton now for Gomez. This Tormenta side, it's up to them to find some attacking moments as this match continues. Still need 2 goals to at least get a result. Here's Morel. Cross deflected by Magales. Now Now Richmond try to play out. Joe Gallardo down the far touchline, gets tripped up, and it will be a throw-in for Tormenta. And you wonder when and if we'll see Connor Antley and Charlie Dennis tonight, the top goal scorers for this Tormenta side. Here's Micheletto, he's the team lead with 7 goals. Micheletto again, it's taken away by Bame for the moment. Padono now. For Wells. Can't quite connect the pass. Sliding challenge came in from Gallardo. Looks like he's the guilty party. Referee going to her pocket. You can read her lips, no way. That is a yellow card for Joe Gallardo. The second player taken, Melissa Nichols is booked tonight. Set piece now coming for Tormenta. There's Mikey Rowe back in the 5th minute to score a set piece goal. This one may be a little bit too far out to go for a goal, but we saw Joe Gallardo, who wasn't afraid to let it go from deep. So Micheletto is the player who will stand over this. Nichols making sure everything is okay in the box. Here's Micheletto. Good ball in towards the back post, header on, and then flicked by Phelps. Kira Fitzgerald was there to make the save. It was Skelton and then to Phelps. Take a look at the replay again. Good ball sent in towards the back post. Skelton and Phelps. Fitzgerald came away with it. He's the goalkeeper. Akwe back for Shinovsky. Ball is played wide. Lockerbie trying to run at Saintville. Still in play. So the left back has to clear it away. On the box, Joe Gallardo. It's cleared away by Phelps. Brink of halftime here from Statesboro, Georgia, Russell Park. This has been quite the first half in Statesboro. 3 unanswered goals by the Richmond Kickers. After Mikey Rowe got the scoring started in the 5th minute for Tormenta. Really since that moment, Richmond hasn't looked back. They really take on the personality of their coach. Richmond does. Seems like every time we talk with them, always excited and eager for the next challenge. Seems like these players are as well. Here's Akwe now. For Lockerbie. Now it's Gallardo. Flips it forward, Chin. There's Hara off his line. Here are 2 minutes plus stoppage time until halftime. Take you around USL League One, show you some highlights from the 3 matches earlier this week in week 23. It has been a very busy week in USL League One, highlighted by the win, the Greenville triumph on the road at Forward Madison. Now has Greenville in 3rd place USL League One table. A win here tonight by Tormenta would put them up into third place. They have a lot of work to do if they want to achieve that. See what the changes are at halftime by John Miller-Racy. Will be 2 minutes of added time at the end of this first half.
The fourth official added 2 minutes of stoppage time.
So one more opportunity in this first half for either side. Get down that far side. Now Chin in the middle. Lost his footing there, just slipping on this grass surface. One back by Lockerbie. He has it again for Gallardo, who's on a brace as well. And this goes wide. Looking for his second goal of the night. Nearly opened up for the Richmond number 10. Hara will put this back into play. Trying to spark something at the end of the first half. Looking for Jackson. It's grabbed by Akira Fitzgerald. David Bulow has to be very pleased with how his side has played here in this first 45 minutes. The lead on the road. Just that, but they scored 3 goals. Well sent back for Hara, who puts it back into play. There's the final whistle. And what a first half it was here in Statesboro, Georgia. As Richmond, a 3-1 lead on the road here at Irk Russell Park. 2 goals by Dennis Chin, and 1 by Joe Gallardo. It's been quite a half here at Irk Russell Park. Now it is halftime. And there was the opening goal by Mikey Rowe. And then the goals would keep on coming for the Richmond Kickers. It's 45 minutes down, and it's 45 to go. And it's Richmond Kickers 3, South Georgia Tormenta 1.
High Gear with Bullet Broadband, a division of Bullet Telephone Cooperative. Hey, I'm John Scott, General Manager of Bullet Telephone and the new Bullet Broadband. Bullet Broadband offers the fastest internet speed in Georgia with managed Wi-Fi and speeds up to 1 gig. And if you're a business owner, we didn't leave you out. We can help increase productivity with computer networking, cloud hosting, custom emails, and the highest internet speeds around. Kick your internet into high gear and see what Bullet Broadband can do for you.
The Clubhouse in Statesboro, Southeast Georgia's best place to play. The Clubhouse in Statesboro, where fun is done.
We are world changers. We learn by doing, and our training prepares us for direct impact in our field. We are scholars. Even as undergrads, we work alongside our faculty to solve challenges facing our region, our state, and our world. We are leaders, experts, working with business and government partners for economic growth. This is Georgia Southern University, and we are the Eagle Nation.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
It is halftime here at Irk Russell Park between Tormenta and the Richmond Kickers. It's presented by Optum Healthcare. This is just one of the many games going on in USL League One this week. It started all the way back on Tuesday night when Tormenta went to North Texas Soccer Club, and well, it was not a night to remember for Tormenta. North Texas got the scoring going early, a great ball over the top by Arturo Rodriguez, and Reynolds was able to finish it. On this one, a great save by Hara, but right into the path of Donso, who's able to score a goal. Then in the second half, it would just keep on coming for North Texas. Another one just to eventually seal the celebrations, and a 5-0 win for the team that is now top of USL League One, North Texas Soccer Club. Then one of the biggest matches of the week came on Wednesday night in Madison, and it was the roadside. Greenville Triumph coming away with one of the biggest wins of the season and one of the better goals of the season as well. Bermudez finding that top left corner, and that was the lone goal in this match for Greenville, as they would come out of Madison with a win, but it would not be easy. They'd have to show their defensive prowess as well. They've been great as a defense this season and saved off the line on the shot by Josiel Nunez. Tyler Polak in the right place at the right time, and a 1-0 win for Greenville. Then last night, all the way out west in Tucson, Chattanooga going out there to try to find a result on the road, but unable to do so. Alex Mangels coming up with the big save. And then later on, opportunities would come. Delgado goes down in the box on the foul, and that would be a penalty kick for FC Tucson. Jordan Jones would step up, slot it home, and that was the only goal in Tucson last night. A big 1-0 win for FC Tucson at home as they try to get themselves back in the playoff picture. Up next for Tormenta, a trip to Breese Stevens Field next Saturday night in what should be really just a huge game in USL League One. Both these teams came into this week and came into tonight at 32 points in the table. Right now, Forward Madison just in front of Tormenta. Madison being in fourth place. It will be an interesting match in Madison, Wisconsin. Last time Tormenta went there, it was a 1-0 win for South Georgia, as they will try to follow it up. As we take a look at their schedule upcoming, a lot of big games for Tormenta as they try to get out of this tough 10-game stretch. To Madison next week, back at home, and then 2 straight road games at Lansing and Toronto before they end the season at home in what could be basically a play-in game against Greenville Triumph Soccer Club. So that will be very interesting. On the other side, though, Richmond, they will be playing the Greenville Triumph as well next week. That should be another very interesting match, as Greenville right now has third place all by themselves coming into tonight, while Richmond is still continuing that climb up the USL League One standings. And it will be very interesting to see how this Richmond team can respond against that Greenville Triumph side that is so good in the back especially. Here's a look at their upcoming schedule. Not much easier for the Richmond Kickers. Away to North Texas in the midweek in a few weeks, and then they get Forward Madison at home before the longest trip in USL League One all the way to FC Tucson, and then the Chattanooga Red Wolves on the road as well. So now let's go see what's going on around the USL.
Torre will shoot. He will score. Torre Forced delivery.
Throws it out! The beauty! 150 to Compton. Garcia flicks it in there, back of the net.
Trying to find Chang. Does the volley, and that one batted out.
Into the penalty area. Rito, near post finish. What a goal!
They have this long win streak going, but it's because they're taking care of opportunities as this strike goes up and in.
How about Ferris? How good is this?
Whistled all the way across, headed on frame, tipped over the bar and cleared out by Levine.
Here's Johnson. Saw the goal momentarily. Shot taken by Poco! Scored! He's got the brace.
Oh, it's saved by Lorendi. Puts it back. Fires a shot, trickles on and in. Charlie Dennis back the other way, down the right flank, takes it himself.
Slides it into the 18. That ball's touched into the back of the net. And no room to turn, but Bergen! What a strike!
But here's Joe Gallardo now coming forward. Gallardo still on the ball. Gallardo takes a shot, it's pushed away.
Ball is loose inside the 18. Moshobani comes over, shot, stop made by Aviles. Silva will have a hit! Oh, good save by Mertimadu. From the moment he left his boot, it looked destined for goal. Alma N4 hesitates, fires, and finds the back of the net.
Some news and notes from around USL League One after that big win for North Texas. They're back atop the table with 41 points. That's 2 more than Lansing. And good news coming out of Tormenta this week. Lucas Coutinho released from the hospital, and he is back at home recovering. The player of the week, Pato Botello Faz, in that huge win over North Texas at home last week. Here is the team of the week. 3 players from Lansing Ignite, and Charlie Dennis, the lone player from this match here tonight, makes the team of the week in week 22. The goals leaders, Ronaldo Demis still at the top, but Ricardo Pepi, after his 2 penalty kick goals, back up there in a tie for second place. Jake Keegan and Jordan Perusa as well. And with the goalies, Dallas J still at the top. Pablo Jara falling off just a little bit after 5 goals find the back of the net, but it's still that tight race at the top between Dallas J and Pablo Jara, but it seems like Jay might have that inside track to the Golden Glove Award in USL League One this year. The scoreboard from this week, we went through the game just a little while ago. North Texas, that big win over Tormenta. A huge win for Greenville Triumph on the road, and FC Tucson holding serve at home against Chattanooga. And around USL League One, another busy week and a busy Friday night at that. 3 matches on Friday, including 1 more tomorrow, and then 2 on Saturday with Richmond and Greenville, and Tormenta going to Madison. So 1 more break. We'll have highlight stats in the second half coming up from Statesboro, Georgia, right after this.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
Your future is within reach at Georgia Southern.
Discover one vibrant university with 3 distinctive campuses
and a world full of possibilities.
You'll be part of a proud legacy of academic excellence and innovation.
Expand your horizons with more opportunities than you've ever imagined and become your most exceptional self.
It's time to spread your wings. Come join us at Georgia Southern.
Come join us at Georgia Southern.
Come join us at Georgia Southern.
The Clubhouse in Statesboro, Southeast Georgia's best place to play. The Clubhouse in Statesboro, where fun is done.
Back here at Irk Russell Park, it is halftime. It is 3-1 to the roadside of the Richmond Kickers after the first half. Let's take a look at the highlights from that first 45 minutes, and plenty of goals to show you. 4 of them to be exact. An early opportunity coming, and a great save by Akira Fitzgerald. And the corner kick swung in. St. Ville was there. Fitzgerald denied him with his left foot. And then Mikey Rowe in the 5th minute steps up. Just a tremendous set piece opportunity. And he's able to put it in off the crossbar. And that got Tormenta going. John Millerese said, we need an early goal. Well, they got an early goal, but Richmond was able to respond. You be the judge on this. Whether it was a handball, offside, it looked like he was still onside. Dennis Chin comes away with a loose ball and puts it in the back of the net. It looked like Skelton kept him onside, and Chin was able to do the rest. A quick peek there to make sure the flag stayed down, and it did. That was the first goal of the night. And then Joe Gallardo, why not have a hit, and it finds the back of the net. It was knuckling towards Pablo Jara. And Joe Gallardo scoring just a tremendous goal in the end, and a cartwheel to go with it as well. That came in the 15th minute. Then later on, St. Ville, another good opportunity, but couldn't quite get enough behind it to get it past Fitzgerald. Then it would still come for the Richmond Kickers. Dennis Chin, a brace, and that was on the assist from Matt Bolduc, and that is his 6th assist in USL League One this season. Then an opportunity towards the end of the half, as this free kick was flicked along by the 2 center backs for Tormenta, unable to beat Akira Fitzgerald. A look at the stats. It's been a pretty even half overall. Both teams have had their time on the ball. They've been very patient. The Richmond Kickers have picked their moments going forward. 3 shots on target and 3 goals. You can't get much better than 100%. And we are just about set for this second half. Alex Morel will kick us off. And it looks like a new sub on for Tormenta. It is Connor Antley who will come on to start this second half. And it is Tormenta that have a big mountain to climb here in this second half if they want something out of this match and to reverse their fortunes in the last 10 games. But here's Joe Gallardo. Slipped ahead for Dennis Chin, and a good save by Jara. He's able to hop on top of it. And Dennis Chin, who's on a hat trick, nearly had a hat trick. Something to watch in this second half. Nearly 30 seconds into this second half, it was Richmond who nearly found a 4th goal. Like Charlie Dennis also into the match, number 11. So Antley and Dennis, 2 regular starters for this team. They are on here to start the second half. John Millerese really not messing around anymore, as he knows the urgency has come to a peak. So the 2 subs coming out, it was Connor Antley coming in for Nick Wells, and it was Charlie Dennis coming in for Caleb Jackson. So just a switch at left back and a switch at the top of the formation. Talked about at the top, Charlie Dennis and Connor Antley being 2 of the more important players in terms of goal scoring, and they are both on to the field. Pablo Jara for Joshua Phelps. What are the changes going to be maybe tactically for Tormenta, whether they decide to throw more numbers forward or not. Right now, if you look at this week as a whole for USL League One, I have to say so far, the two winners, the FC Tucson with a huge win, Greenville, and if Richmond, please make that 3, Richmond, if they can come away with a win tonight, still a long way away from that. As Akira Fitzgerald pushes it aside, the shot coming from Morel. Take a look at that replay once again. Morel getting it on his right foot, forcing a save out of Fitzgerald. Attack is still there for Charlie Dennis. Right-footed cross, headed away. Looks like out, and it will be a corner. And all corners are brought to you by the Sack Company. It will be Charlie Dennis. First of all, has to move the fence out of the way. Dennis towards the back post, headed back into the middle. Dennis is there again, and it's cleared away by Greg Bame. Now Morel will throw this back in. Gallardo trying to clear this away, finds Matt Bolduc. Bolduc and his 6 assists coming all the way forward. Now for Dennis Chin. Already 2 goals tonight. Into the middle. Took a deflection and Chin's able to keep it for Richmond. Talked about the changes for Richmond, or excuse me, for Tormenta, but what could the changes be for Richmond in this half? Coming from the substitutes bench. Maxi Gonzalez, Yannick Eckenrode, both coming off the bench tonight. Taya Wape as well, along with Riley Kraft. Now it's Alex Morel. Still Morel. Sliding challenge by Magales will put this out of play for yet another corner brought to you by the Sack Company. Dennis once again swings it in, headed away by Akwe. Nicoletto comes away with it, trying to slip it back inside. And it's cleared out by the kickers. A win tonight for Richmond would put them level with Toronto FC on points for Toronto's game tomorrow at North Texas. Richmond knew it was going to be an uphill battle. If they can get a win here tonight, and a tough match tomorrow for Toronto, chance to stay level with Toronto FC 2. And Richmond will have a game in hand after week 23 with Toronto FC 2. Chance to really make some ground. It is a bigger gap between where Toronto is and where Tucson is, 6 points. Once you get up to where Tucson is, you're pretty close to the playoff line. Tucson just 1 point off. Looks like Richmond very content to take time on the ball and be very patient. Force Tormenta to put some pressure on them. In the middle, it's Troyer. Troyer carrying it forward. Plays it wide for Akwe. Lockaby back for Akwe. Now it's Troyer. Into the near side. Now Bolduc swerving around defenders. In for Dennis Chin, who takes a shot. It's deflected. Comes to Connor Antley. Trying to spark an attack is Morrell. Shanoski will send this back for Akira Fitzgerald. It's the deal with a bit of a wobbly ball, but does so with relative ease. One back in the middle by Bame. Here's Bolduc. It's taken away by Phelps. Hughes gets a touch to it. And Magales wins it back for Richmond in the end. David Buelos said coming into this game, his team's trying to build off of the momentum that they have had over the past few weeks. Really this month of August has been really good to the Richmond Kickers, going back into the end of July as well. 3-1-1 in their last 5. Looking for their 4th road win of the season. Chin. Trying to slip it inside for Lockaby. Now it's Charlie Dennis. Nicoletto. Back for Gomez. Surveying the scene. And there's room for Antley on this near side. And the right back getting into the attack as he normally does. Headed out. Still Antley before he's taken off the ball by Ivan Magales. Tormenta is still not allowed a goal tonight through the run of play. Just that one goal coming on a set piece. Direct free kick from Mikey Rowe. Bolduc now for Hughes. Played ahead for Dennis Chin. Dennis Chin on a hat trick. The flag was up. He doesn't think so. Really, really close. But Chin ultimately was called offside. That would have been a great opportunity for him to grab his 3rd goal of the evening. Here's Antley. Mikey Rowe couldn't quite slip it by the defender. Rowe was able to keep possession, but now it's Gallardo. Taken away quickly by Gomez. Phelps. Back for Gomez. If Richmond can finish off this win here tonight, it'll be their 4th road win. Be tied for the most road wins in the league this season with Greenville and North Texas, who also both have 4. And obviously Greenville earning that 4th road win at Madison on Wednesday. Here's Bolduc. Gets taken down by Connor Antley, and that will be a yellow card shown to the Tormenta right back. So Antley just taking down Bolduc, trying to stop the attack. He finds himself into the book tonight. opportunity for a set piece here for Richmond. It's Magales now joining Gallardo. Taken short. The cross was ultimately deflected by Alex Morel. Trying to get out and run here. Good work by Gallardo to win it back. And he goes down. Play will be stopped. Looks like he's holding his face, Gallardo. Quickly back to his feet. Kira Fitzgerald all the way up talking with the referee. Take a look at this again, and ooh, that is a stray arm that hits Gallardo in the face, and I think Morel is very lucky to come away without a yellow card, or maybe even something steeper. Any hit to the face, whether it be intentional or not, always taken very seriously. But Gallardo, good to see back on his feet. And play continuing here in just a moment. So 2 subs have been used tonight by Tormenta and John Milleracey. On the other side for Richmond and David Bulow, no subs. Milleracey made 3 changes coming into tonight. Charlie Dennis and Connor Antley moving to the bench, but he only sat there for 45 minutes before it was that duo coming back onto the field for Wells and Jackson. Play was stopped, it looked like, by the referee before the ball was taken out of play because of the head injury. It will be a drop ball that Nicoletto will send back to Akira Fitzgerald. Now Fitzgerald, patient to put this back in play. Last 2 seasons spent with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Big matchup tonight with Nashville in the USL Championship. A foul called against Tormenta. Shinya Kadono. We're into the final half hour. Compare this half to the first 45 minutes. It's definitely been slower. 4 goals coming within 36 minutes and 3 goals within the opening 15. If you've tuned in late tonight, you missed a lot. High ball sent in. It's Pablo Jara there to make the catch, and he'll try and distribute quickly upfield. Looking for Alex Morel. And he pushes down a Richmond defender. As Matt Bolduc will pick himself up off the grass. The last time these two teams met, it was back on June 22nd, a 1-0 loss for Richmond. And a Marco Micheletto penalty kick coming late in the second half. David Bulow said, we were at a bad point in our attack at that point in the season. It was during their 619-minute goalless stretch. But he thinks now they're creating more chances. Tonight, the goal was to be patient and to move the ball quickly. I think they have created plenty of chances tonight. They've been patient. They moved the ball at least well enough to put up 3 goals. I think Bulow has to be very pleased with how his team has performed at least through 62 minutes. Antley now. Point get by Josh Hughes. It's back now for Josh Phelps. Now play to this near side for Marco Micheletto. Just trying to switch the field there and hit his own teammate. Something that actually happened at North Texas. Shot by Shinya Kadono, hit his own teammate inside the 6-yard box. That was how it was kept out. Now it's Gomez. Into the middle for Marco Micheletto. Deflection will take it wide, and Fitzgerald track this one down in the corner of the 18-yard box. Fans of the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Here's Gomez. Now for Micheletto. Morel now. Tormenta just has not been able to string together those final few passes to find an opportunity, but here's one for Richmond on the other side. Dennis Chin goes to ground. A good challenge by Josh Phelps. Chin is still down in the box as play continues back the other way. It looked to be a beautifully weighted pass by Joe Gallardo, and those two have been on the same page tonight, Gallardo and Dennis Chin. Now a ball tried to be slipped in, and Eli Lockaby there to cut it out. Here's Hughes looking to get by Mikey Rowe, and he does. Into the middle. Plenty of room on that right side. If Gallardo can find his teammate, he does. It's Eli Lockaby. The middle now for Bolduc. Teeing one up. Did it take a deflection? It looks like it did. And it will be a corner kick now for the Richmond Kickers. Looks like a sub preparing to come on for Richmond here in just a moment. Some discrepancy to see where the corner will be taken and which corner. Looks like Alyssa Nichols, the referee, wants it on the other side of where Joe Gallardo was, and he'll make the slow jog over now. Tormenta running out of time tonight. As Richmond look to close out this 3-1 advantage and turn it into 3 points. There's a corner kick from Gallardo. In towards the middle, Shinosky got his head to it. Dennis now trying to get out and run. Gets by Matt Bolduc. Some room to run now for Charlie Dennis. Ball played all the way ahead. Still there. Alex Morel trying to pull one back. And the shot's blocked by Eli Lockaby. Great job scrambling at the back by Richmond's number 17. And Lockerbie able to deny an opportunity for Tormenta. Tormenta trying to get out on the counter on that opportunity. Really just unable to do so. Still looking for a goal through the run of play is Tormenta. There haven't been too many set piece opportunities aside from maybe a few corners for Tormenta since that opening goal. In the middle for Chin, back for Troyer. One back by Micheletto. Sharansky comes away with it. Up next for Tormenta, a trip to Madison on Saturday. Not an easy place to go, and you know Madison will be rearing to get back in the win column after a home loss to Greenville on Wednesday. The other side for the Richmond Kickers, finally back at home after 2 games on the road. 4 of the last 5, if you include tonight, on the road as well. They'll face Greenville. And here is the substitution for the Richmond Kickers. His newly acquired Riley Kraft coming on. He made his debut last week at Madison. It will be Matt Bolduc coming off. He talked to David Bulow about Riley Kraft this week. He says he's not looking for money, just an opportunity. There's actually an interesting story that Bulow got into. After they signed Dennis Chin, Chin called Bulow about Gallardo and signing Joe Gallardo after he did not have a team last year. This one's ushered over the end line for a goal kick. And Chin basically said, or actually Gallardo said to Bulow, you took a chance on me, you should take a look at Kraft as well. So they bring him in. He's not looking for money, just an opportunity. It'll take him some time to maybe get up to speed, but he's the pedigree of a national team player and ambition to get back to a higher level. So far, he's been a good fit. Hoping he can help the team throughout the rest of this season and into next season as well. Kraft has spent the last 2 seasons with OKC Energy and Orlando City B. Came up in the Sacramento Republic Academy. He's playing for the US U19s as well, out of Roseville, California. He's just 21 years of age, so still plenty of ambition and, as you could say, fuel in the tank, being just 21 years old. So Kraft is the first sub tonight for the Richmond Kickers. Ball played forward. Charlie Dennis keeps it in. Still Dennis. Finds room on the far side. The whistle blows. Looks like offside is the call. It was Cadono who received the ball on that far side. I believe was in an offside position. Here is another sub coming, and it will be Scott Thompson to come on for Josh Hughes. Pretty similar like-for-like substitution. Thompson getting the start last week. One of the 4 changes by David Bulow tonight. Thompson in his second stint with the Richmond Kickers. Good shift put in by Josh Hughes. Thompson out of University of Virginia and Brick, New Jersey. It's Gomez for Saintville. Now back for center back Jordan Skelton of Lander University. Under 20 minutes to play. If you're Tormenta, the sense of urgency really has to kick into gear now. This time is running thin. There have not been too many opportunities for Tormenta. I guess you could say there haven't been too many opportunities for either side in this second half, as opposed to the onslaught of goals we got within 36 minutes in the first half. There's a ball played over the top. The first test for Scott Thompson, newly inserted. He wins a throw-in for the Kickers. Gallardo comes away with it and thumps it out of the Tormenta attacking half. All the way back to Pablo Jara. Dennis keeps possession. It's just been that connecting pass tonight for Tormenta. It just has not been there yet. Gallardo trying to slip it inside for Kraft. Back for Gallardo. And he sends this one into the Statesboro Knight. Trying to put it on his left foot. Unable to put it on frame was Joe Gallardo. Who's up, who's down, where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL League One Power Rankings only on USLLeague1.com. Deflection by Gallardo. He's played a very good match here tonight. Skelton now carrying it through the middle. It's one back by Riley Kraft. Dennis Chin, sitting on a hat trick tonight, already with 2 goals to his name. Looks like one more sub is preparing for Tormenta. That's Jad Arslan. Now it's Kraft. Some room to work on the right side. That's where Richmond will go. Thompson plays it wide for Chin. Hard to win it back was Marco Micheletto. Now coming down this near side, he goes out, and we will get the substitution. Mikey Rowe, the goal scorer, will come off, and it will be Jad Arslan. He will come onto the pitch now for his Tormenta side. Take a look at that goal once again by Mikey Rowe. Just a beautiful strike, came all the way back in the 5th minute, but now making his 14th appearance off the bench, it is Jad Arslan, 19th appearance overall. Going to influence this match tonight, provide some attacking moments this team could desperately use. So we're into the final quarter of an hour. So all 3 subs have been used by John Milleracey and South Georgia Tormenta. Still one more available for David Bulow and the Richmond Kickers. Neither of these teams with a midweek match. So both able to get the full week of recovery. Long switch of play. Morel. Defended by Akwe. Still Morel. Now for Cardono. Trying to get by Eli Lockaby. A good defensive play by the Richmond defender to win possession back and earn the foul. Kira Fitzgerald, very patient to put this back in play. Wide for Dennis Chin. Tormenta's put 5 shots on target of their 9 tonight. Both teams with 9 shots. It's Richmond to have been a little bit more efficient. So we're getting into the final 10 minutes. Time really starting to run out here for Tormenta. Early ball sent in, goes all the way through. Antley will have to chase this down in the corner. Marked down by Shanofsky, who's once again been very impressive in central defense. Thompson. Now Gallardo looking for his brace tonight. Still Gallardo. A nutmeg of St. Phil. What an opportunity for Joe Gallardo. A brace. And it's 4 goals for the Richmond Kickers. What an individual effort by the Richmond number 10. And that should put this one on ice tonight in Statesboro. Another look at it here. Just have a look at Joe Gallardo doing it all by himself. The nutmeg and the finish. Top bin for Joe Gallardo. And what a night it has been for the Richmond Kickers. And Joe Gallardo a brace. Dennis Chin a brace. And after Dennis Chin has twice leveled on the team leading goals for Richmond, Gallardo has answered back with 2 of his own, and now it's Gallardo up to 6 goals on the season. David Bulow says Joe Gallardo is, quote, exactly what we need in this model of play. And he has really had a tremendous game tonight, and one to remember. That last opportunity for Joe Gallardo doesn't get better than that. Going through the legs of Jerry St. Ville and then finishing past Pablo Jara. It's been a tough few games though for this Tormenta back line. Giving up 9 goals this week. Maybe something else coming for Richmond. Now it's Gallardo and Chin both sitting on hat tricks. This has been a Tormenta side that has just been tormented with injuries this year, and we'll get the final sub. It will be Maxi Rodriguez The San Antonio, Texas native, he will come on as the final substitution. Braden Troyer will come out. Rodriguez on for the final 7.5 minutes plus stoppage time. Now for Antley. But for Richmond, this is just a massive win. They can close out this final 7 minutes. Morrell will get by Thompson. Not once but twice. Low ball driven in. It's cleared out for a throw-in now on the near side. For Richmond tonight will bring them level at 25 points with Toronto. In the last 6 games, they've earned 13 points. And this Richmond side trying to turn things around. Now Gallardo. Richmond will take their time, building into the possession once again. This one knocked out of play by Jerry St. Phil. Now a throw-in coming on the far side. Skelton able to come away with it. He sends it back downfield. But in a season that Richmond has had, you always look for a turning point. And it was really right at the beginning of this month. In those matches, coming off that win against Toronto, they had a week off before their first trip to Madison. Meantime, here's Gallardo getting into the box. Gallardo, and to flex out, and it will be a corner kick. But David Buelow said it was right around that time, the beginning of the month, during that week off. They had a really competitive inter-squad scrimmage. And he said it's just been time that has been taken for this team to kind of come together. 27 new players for this club. And there were just a couple of training sessions where things clicked in a message in training. And it all just kind of came together. This has been a motivated group. Team always looking for a challenge. This group, with plenty of veterans, just has not given up. The leadership has been big. The message has been received. Towards the top of the box, flicked along, still in there. And it looks like a handball will be called. Back now to Tormenta. Richmond has had that motivation, wherever it may come from. They have really turned this season around. They were at the bottom of the standings. They're still towards the bottom, coming into tonight in 9th place. They'll now be level with Toronto at 8 points. And in the form that they're playing, you just cannot count them out of any match. And that game against Greenville next week is going to be just a huge one. Doesn't get any easier though for Richmond. Greenville at home and then a midweek trip to North Texas on September 10th. Brought down by Gallardo. And it's captured by Pablo Jara. Gallardo's still working hard. He wants that hat trick tonight. In the middle for Dennis Chin. He's able to hold play up and turn Marco Micheletto around. Riley Kraft back to this near side. Scott Thompson runs under it. Bame now for Gallardo. Look at Tormenta and what they have upcoming. A trip to Madison next Saturday. They'll have North Texas at home after that, before they go to Lansing and Toronto, and then they close out the season at home with Greenville. They're going to need to find some answers down the stretch. There's Riley Kraft now on the edge of the box. Now for Rodriguez to get by Micheletto. Be one more for Richmond if they want here. Gallardo. Something is going to have to change here for Tormenta, and very quickly. There were 3 changes in the starting 11 from Tuesday's match against North Texas. It has really been a struggle as of late. They haven't scored multiple goals in a match since their last win, and they scored 4 goals against Orlando. This 6-game winless stretch looks like it will advance to 7. After tonight's home loss. John Millerese, you have to give him credit for bringing on Antley and Dennis at halftime. Arslan as well, another forward, an attacking player. Something just not clicking, and it's been tough this season with the injuries for Tormenta. They are really starting to mount after Lucas Coutinho and his tough injury a few weeks ago here against Tucson. There will be 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this 90 minutes. All sent downfield. So now Richmond is trying to see this one out. Shin goes down, holding his face again, and now some pushing and shoving away from the ball. As play will continue on the other end. Couldn't see who Shin was getting into it with. And for Arslan, back for Dennis, who's trying to tee one up. Trying to find some space, he does get one away. It did take a deflection. Will be a corner kick upcoming. Take a look at what just happened with Chin. Looked like he took another stray arm from Gomez. A few times that's happened to a Richmond player tonight. Phelps just trying to push Gomez away, and this will be a corner kick brought to you by the Sack Company. Sent in towards the back post, and a save by Fitzgerald. That might be the last attacking opportunity tonight for Tormenta, as Richmond to close out a big win on the road here tonight. Here's Morel. Back for Micheletto. Takes a shot on and has it blocked. Nearly through the minimum of 3 minutes. Shouldn't get much more than that. Antley into the corner, and it will be another corner kick. Once again, brought to you by the Sack Company. And once again, it will be Charlie Dennis. It's the back post, all the way through and out of play. And there is the final whistle. 3 points for the Richmond Kickers tonight in Statesboro. A dominating 4-1 win for David Bulow and the Richmond Kickers. 2 goals each for that man Joe Gallardo along with Dennis Chin. And what a match this was for the road side. As they get all 3 points, they move up to 25 points overall. And the slide continues for Tormenta. Now 7 games winless for the home side tonight. Tonight's save of the game is brought to you by the Sack Company. Here it was coming from Pablo Jara, just sticking out his left hand, denying what would have been a hat-trick goal for Dennis Chin, but one of the few bright spots tonight for Pablo Jara. So one more break, we'll come back and we'll wrap things up from Statesboro, where it finishes Richmond 4 and Tormenta 1.
When advertising was much more simple. Technology may have changed the way people live, but it offers you exciting new ways to market your business.
That's why CAC keeps up with all the latest trends in advertising methods to help you reach your customers wherever they are.
Targeted, focused internet and television advertising. CAC is your marketing partner that makes it all simple again and makes it all work together for you.
Contact us today and let's keep moving your business forward together.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
Kick your internet into high gear with Bullet Broadband, a division of Bullet Telephone Cooperative. Hey, I'm John Scott, General Manager of Bullet Telephone and the new Bullet Broadband. Bullet Broadband offers the fastest internet speed in Georgia with managed Wi-Fi and speeds up to 1 gig. And if you're a business owner, we didn't leave you out. We can help increase productivity with computer networking, cloud hosting, custom emails, and the highest internet speeds around. Kick your internet into high gear and see what Bullet Broadband can do for you.
Back here in Statesboro, where Richmond finished off a 4-1 win over Tormenta. And we're looking at tonight's man of the match, and it's brought to you by Powerade. Mikey Rowe scoring the lone goal tonight for Tormenta. What a goal it was, a set piece in the 5th minute, a bar down beauty you could call it. That got Tormenta off and running. You thought that might be the boost this team needed to overcome their loss on Tuesday, but was maybe the lone bright spot and a tough night for Tormenta tonight. Take a look now at the highlights from this one. Well, that was surely one of them. And what a goal it was. It was so good. We'll take another look at it here. Bar down beauty by Mikey Rowe. And that got Tormenta going. You thought, well, all right, they're back at home. They can get things going here, but they would have to play some defense as well. And Richmond, they were really bringing it in that first half. Ball deflecting around, eventually falls to Ivan Magales, who just kind of flicks it ahead for Dennis Chin, the first of 2 goals tonight for Dennis Chin. And that leveled things at 1-1. And at the time, that was Chin's 4th goal of the season. It would still keep coming though for Richmond. And this one from well outside the box, Joe Gallardo, in what would be his 5th goal of the season, putting it in the back of the net. And then a cartwheel to go along with it. And that gave Richmond the lead, but they were not done. Then in the 36th minute, Matt Bolduc ahead for Dennis Chin. A one-time finish for Dennis Chin and a first half brace for the Richmond striker. Then back the other way in the second half. A good save by Pablo Jara, denying Dennis Chin a chance to get a hat trick here tonight. Jara was not going to let that one go in. Opportunities though would come for Tormenta. This one pushed aside by Akira Fitzgerald on the shot by Alex Morel. Really just trying to put something on target by Tormenta tonight. Just unable to do so. And then late in the match, Joe Gallardo all by himself, watches the nutmeg on Jerry St. Phil, and then the finish. You decide what was better, whether it was the nutmeg or the finish or both. But Joe Gallardo doing it all by himself. Dennis Chin had a brace, he wanted one as well, and it finishes 4-1. It was a pretty even game, 12 shots for both teams with 6 on target as well. But it was the Richmond kickers who were more efficient, scoring 4 goals tonight, and a few yellow cards handed out as well. But this one comes to a close as we look at the standings here tonight. These are live standings with Richmond now staying in 9th place, but they are now level on points with Toronto, while Tormenta stays in 5th place, and now a big level in the middle with Ford Madison, Tormenta, and Chattanooga all at 32 points, and Tucson right there at 31. So that is going to do it here tonight. What a night it was in Statesboro, Georgia, as this one came to a close. Plenty of good goals all around, but in the end, it is Richmond getting their 4th win in the last 6 matches. And to celebrate 4 wins in the last 6, they scored 4 goals. That's going to do it tonight from Statesboro for our entire crew. I am Josh Eastern saying so long from Statesboro, Georgia, where it finishes Richmond 4 and Tormenta 1.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.